Ooh. Welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3 with me, X2X. Last time well, we did what we needed to do. We cleared out the citadel of bad boys, and now we are on our way to fight with the Skeleton King, Leoric. We even got ourselves a new ally last time. I forget his name. They just call him Templar. It'll be interesting to see if you could decide, you know, which ally you want to bring along for which situation. I hope they have the sword knights or the spell knights they had from Diablo 2. Those guys were some of my favorite allies. And I think I like socketing the self heal more than I like socketing the blind. The blind, like, obviously the blind is a stronger defensive ability, and if I was really taxed and I was really like metagaming this, I definitely would take that. But I kind of like the self heal. It heals myself and my allies.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
And it gives me an extra cooldown that doesn't necessarily feel like I just want to start every single combat with it. Sort of like a button I have to press, I guess, is what I would call it. So here's the Royal Crypt's waypoint, so that you can come and kill Leoric later on. I believe we still have a ways to go. I think we gotta find his chamber, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Please, 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 if you made it this far, let me know what you guys think and how I'm doing. Especially my subs, guys. You're the guys who have been, you're the guys who really convinced me to come back and record after quite a long hiatus. So, you know, your comments and everything really brought me and made me really want to continue doing this thing, which is recording recording videos. So please, please, please let me know what you think. If you don't want to comment in the video section, you can just PM me, and I'll respond.
We have just arrived in Tristram. I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the King of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
I can tell you why. It's Diablo 3 Soulstone rested there. Lazarus did it because he wanted to put Diablo in it. Anyway, that's Diablo 1, sort of. They're kind of like flirting in and out with while twisting the narrative of Diablo 1 into the game. It's interesting. It's almost like they're pretending Diablo 1 didn't happen, and they're just using the story they like and leaving the stuff they didn't, you know. Like, obviously there's no Butcher, you know, there's no Griswold the blacksmith. His name is Garrawald or something.
A fetid, pallid malaise has fallen over the manor we now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
So yeah, he's talking about his son there. His son was the carrier of Diablo in the first game.
Keep your distance from it. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So we have the shadows of the past. Again, I can't state enough how good the voice acting is. They did a really exceptional job on it. And I feel like it really brings you into the game. I feel like the characters, you know, aren't just generically voiced.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
So here we have like another scripted event where we have to destroy the pillars. Anybody in the crowd who's played World of Warcraft since Wrath of the Lich King will notice the Telltale Blizzard design, giving you some objectives to complete, making it seem very chaotic, and having you sort of try to make having you sort of have to control chaos in a way, which is it's sort of the way that Blizzard designs encounters. It's the way that they like to work around mechanics. You know, because like there's other mechanics like Like a DPS race. Excuse me, a DPS race doesn't really work in a game like Diablo. You know, likewise a resistance fighter. Excuse me. It doesn't work in this type of an action game either. So they've added some neat. That to me speaks volumes of the growth the company's experienced in terms of the ability to not just put a sack of hit points in the middle of the room and be like, "Brrr, beat on me, I am a big sack of angry hit points." Instead, they put 4 summoning points and make it a little bit more interesting. And maybe some people have forgotten the realm of, or what it was like to just beat up sacks of hit points in older games. And I could tell you, as somebody who has played video games for his whole life, I think video games are just getting better and better. There obviously are the classics that will always be good, but I can tell you I am fucking ecstatic and like giddy as a schoolgirl looking forward to SimCity. The next generation of SimCity game. If you haven't watched the Glassbox videos yet, I really encourage you to go check them out. They are freaking believable in terms of what they uncover and the hard simulation that's going to be occurring in the newest version of SimCity. I think if you don't like the direction the new SimCity is going, after seeing the Glassbox tutorials, I don't think you like SimCity. I don't think you like simulation games, because it looks awesome. You know, the direction that company's taking the game. The hope is that EA won't poop all over it. You know, that they'll allow Maxis to make a real ground-up simulator with, you know, the things we come to expect from the company. I guess it has been a very long time since they've produced anything worthwhile, unless you really like The Sims, and if you do, then congrats, you're a micromanager, and I encourage you to have fun with The Sims. I don't like to micromanage, so I found The Sims very challenging. I like to macromanage, and it's hard to do in a game where you control 1 or 2 people. I haven't played the newest version of The Sims though. Mind you, the last time I played The Sims was like, I was like 20. 10 years ago. 8 years ago. So it may just be that those generations of The Sims were just bad. It's entirely possible. I don't know.
You will never defeat me!
Another scripted event, which I like.
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
And then our Templar hero adds some more action hero style flavor. You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness. This stuff, like, and turn. Those type of events, the type of scripted events, this was a little weak sauce. I think Leoric should have been able to summon a much more formidable army, being the Skeleton King and all. I mean, he's the king of skeletons. I think the guy could fucking summon a half-decent undead army. But the scripted events and the flavor of the game, I feel like it you know, it does the job of drawing you in, and I don't know, I really am enjoying this. This class is a lot of fun. Alright, let's summon up Leoric here. We put the crown back on him, and up he goes. What's up, G? Good? Ready to dance? So you can cheese Leoric out pretty good. Whenever he goes for an attack, you just teleport behind him. Right? Then he'll summon his ads, which gives you the feel of sort of like a multi-phasic fight. Right? Teleport behind him, he goes to the swing, teleport behind him, he goes to the swing, teleport behind him. Goes to the swing, teleport behind him. Goes to the swing, teleport behind him. Anyway.
Not enough spirit.
So I'll use my heal. Once I get some spirit, yes. And keep grabbing the health. I can feel the weakness of my barbarian, or the weakness of my monk as compared to my barbarian in terms of the raw damage output. The barbarian had just a ridiculous amount, and so if I can take myself out for a second and talk about the mechanics of the fight, one of the things that the ads do in this fight is decreases the tempo of the fight. So for those players who are not able to micromanage all the abilities that are required to take 0 damage on this fight, or rather to never become even close to lethal damage, what you can do is he summons the ads to make it so that the more casual player always has the health globes. And I think eventually he drops the health globes as well. He does have a crap load of hit points though. But for the most part, I think we could probably have defeated him by just using our single attack and standing in front of him. It definitely gave us enough health to do so. And he is the first boss in the game, and it is the beta, so I won't be too hard on it, but I definitely felt like it could have been more challenging. And as is the way in Diablo, it gives us experience and golds, and then a whole bunch of items, now that there's no game left for us to play.
The Zakarum high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric King of Condurus many years ago. He ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Lac Danan was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
There, now we don't have to wield the sword as a monk, now that the game is, for all intents and purposes, older. So I'll do some running around in town, and then I'll give you guys what my final thoughts were. So major gripes, the difficulty, obviously. Would have liked it to be much more challenging. I don't really have any other ones, aside from the fact that I missed the Necro class, and I wish it was omnipresent here, and that the class I was looking forward to play feels a little fire and forget, feels a little disjointed away from combat, which to me seems like a weakness. Yep. Which to me seemed like a weakness simply because, I wanted it to be something different than it was. Okay. You know, I can't really, oh man, that weapon looks very cool. Witch Doctor only, though. Anyway, so yeah, other final thoughts. I really liked the AI and the way the Templar behaves and moves and what he can do. I think that's really, really good. I definitely will be picking the game up. Everything else I really enjoyed. So this will be a little short one because basically all we did was kill a Skeleton King. And I'd like you guys to let me know what you think. This is the first time where I've actually, aside from WoW, that I've actually completed anything for YouTube. So one of the great parts about this is I was able to give myself a goal and then, achieve that goal. This is going to be a very short video, so hopefully it won't feel pointless. But I would encourage you guys to, while the open beta is going, to play the game and see what you think, since it's free. I guess if you have a Blizzard account, I think you can make one at no cost. I forgot to open the blacksmith belongings.
My dearest Heydrek, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
So I guess that's an interesting way to leave it off. Thanks for joining me on Let's Play Diablo 3. Hopefully I'll have some new videos up middle of the week, maybe earlier, depending. We got our raid night tomorrow, so I'm not sure how that'll work. So I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play with me, X2X. Thanks for watching.